Elephants are one of the most iconic creatures on this planet. They're the largest land animals, the only surviving members of their order, and they are highly intelligent social beings.
They're a lot like human babies, actually.
These elephants in Thailand can even paint.
It is the matriarch who guides the herds. It's the older female's vast life experience that gives them these skills.
African elephants have been here for more than 1.5 million years, and now human intervention is literally changing the face of this incredible creature. During the 1500s, an estimated 26 million elephants roamed the African continent. Today, it's less than 500,000.
They're a keystone species, which means that without them, the environment looked completely different. For example, digging up water in the dry riverbeds, that enables other animals to come in and drink from those same water sources. They walk through the bush, they knock trees down, they're ripping up bark. They play such an important role in the ecosystem.
In the 1970s and 80s, elephant poaching reached crisis levels. So in 1989, an international agreement banned the global ivory trade. But in the past several years, poaching has returned to high levels. This chart shows the percentage of African elephant deaths caused by poaching since 2003. Their ivory tusks are basically just large teeth. But for centuries, they've been used in artworks, ornaments, jewelry, even piano keys. Ivory's value has been compared to diamonds. It's a status symbol. And the rise of China's middle class has pushed up the demand for ivory there, where it sells for around $1,100 per kilogram.
To get a tusk to come out, you have to kill the elephant, it has to be hacked out. It's a horrible process.
1/3 of an elephant's tusks are in its skull, which contains a pulpy cavity of tissues, blood vessels, and nerves. That means they can't be preemptively removed by conservationists, an approach that has been applied to rhino horns, which aren't ivory, but are also sought after in Asia. Conservationists can safely remove up to 93% of a rhino's horn, but it's not possible to remove that much from elephants. But in recent decades, there's been an increasing trend of elephants being born tuskless.
Tusklessness is a natural trait in elephants, particularly in females, much less so in males.
While most African elephants of both sexes have tusks, around 2 to 6% are naturally born tuskless. Now, decades of heavy poaching have made that trait more common. This chart shows the elephant populations subject to poaching have higher rates of tusklessness compared to undisturbed populations. Let's use Gorongosa National Park as an example. Heavy poaching happened during the Civil War from 1977 to 1992. Of the older female elephants who survived the war, over half were tuskless. And of the younger females born after the war, 33% were tuskless. Because tuskless elephants were less likely to be killed by poachers, the tuskless trait became more common in the next generation. Scientists have also found that on average, tusks are smaller than they were a century ago.
Males for age have tusks that are 7 times the weight of a female of the same age. So poachers tend to focus on males first, and then they focus on older females because tusks continue to grow throughout an elephant's life. So older elephants have larger tusks.
Like tusklessness, smaller tusks provide a survival advantage against poaching, but it comes at a cost.
Can they survive without tusks? Yes, they can, absolutely. Is it a good thing to live without tusks? No, and there's a reason why elephants have evolved to have tusks. They use them extensively for foraging, self-defense, to protect their youngsters when they're vulnerable from predators like lions. The males use it in battle. To have a good set of tusks is very important.
Tusklessness is not likely to save the species from poaching and habitat loss. Yet there is some hope. Through determined conservation efforts, some African national parks are seeing growth in their elephant populations. And China has announced that by the end of 2017, they will end domestic sales and processing of ivory. Those steps, along with stronger incentives to protect elephant habitats and support local anti-poaching programs, might give elephants the leg or tusk up they need to secure their future on this planet. A big thanks to African Parks and the experts I got to interview for this video. If you want to learn more about their work in elephant conservation, links to their websites are in the description box. And if you need a little pick-me-up, don't worry, I got you covered. Links to baby elephant videos are in there too.